If you're playing League of Legends competitively and not just for fun, then winning is almost always your number one goal. Now, of course, you should focus on other things when striving to get better, like creep score and predicting the enemy jungler and knowing when to engage and when not to engage. But in the end, the only reason you do things like that is to win more games. Now, winning and not losing may be the same thing when it comes to what's on the scoreboard and what's in your match history at the end of the game, but before and during the game, playing to win and playing to not lose are two very separate, very different things, and Sun Tzu does a fantastic job of outlining that in Chapter 4. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Sun Tzu has many great quotes like this one throughout the chapter. He tries to iterate the difference between a general who's looking for victory and one who's simply avoiding defeat. He's saying that an individual can always prevent themselves from losing, but the enemy has to be the person to give them the opportunity to win. A general can go into battle knowing with complete certainty that he will not lose, but he won't know how to win until he's in the thick of the fight. Any veteran League player can testify to the truthfulness of these statements, and just how applicable they really are to League. Back during Season 1, the world watched in awe as Big Fat GG climbed the solo queue ladder again and again, getting 3 accounts into the top 10. He was so successful at winning games and climbing the ladder because he played extremely passively. He'd focus on CSing early and laning well, while waiting for his opponents to make mistakes. Whenever they did, he'd go aggressive and capitalize. In other words, he was playing to not lose, focusing only on making as few mistakes as possible. He even shows an example of how he did this on one of his Smurfs in an early YouTube video that he put up on CLG's original YouTube channel. He shows that even though his opponents had Baron and were pushing to take an inhib, by playing the situation passively and simply waiting for his opponents to make a mistake, he was able to swing the game back in their favor, and what would have been a surefire loss turns into an easy 12 elo. You can often see plenty of examples like this at high elo play. People like Gigi who play passively as if they simply don't want to lose often get multiple accounts in the top 25, while those like Reginald who play more aggressively, playing to win, can get stuck as low as 1800 elo. Making no mistakes is what establishes the certainty of victory. I realize that saying don't make mistakes and you'll win will end up being misinterpreted by plenty of you. Keep in mind that I understand that there are plenty of volatile factors in League, like your teammates, which can throw a wrench into statements like this, but try to keep in mind that solo queue isn't about winning every single game. It's only about winning a majority. Mistakes are what lose the game, and capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes are what win games. Playing to not lose and focusing on making as few mistakes as possible as opposed to playing aggressively trying to force something may not be the more fun of the two options, but when it comes to doing what will get you that win, it's definitely the better option. There's really a lot of great information in this chapter, and I've really only touched the tip of the iceberg, so I'd like to remind you that you can check the full audiobook and text versions of this and every chapter in the description of each video if you're interested in more. But for now, as always, thanks for watching, good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.